Hi everyone, we are from Group 5, consisting of Shawn, Edwin, Sharlene, and Serena and Shanice. So we'll be looking into the current uses of ChatGPT, the benefits and limitations, ChatGPT in the education sector, as well as its challenges. Okay, for the introduction, ChatGPT is an AI language model created in June 2020, and today it is one of the most advanced language models widely adopted across businesses, governments, and individuals all around the world. Its vast variety of applications enable it to surpass 100 million users within 2 months of its launch, which social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok both took close to a year to reach the same amount of users. Next. ChatGPT is essentially built on a natural language processing (NLP) to understand and respond to users' queries in a conversational manner. Natural language processing is a field within computer science and artificial intelligence that aims to enable computers to understand, analyze, and generate natural language in a manner similar to humans. NLP comprises of several components, including semantic, contextual analysis, and phonetic analysis. Semantic analysis deals with sentence structures, while semantic analysis is concerned with words and sentence meaning. Context analysis considers surrounding context. Phonetic deals with language sounds, and semantics deal with sentence structures in NLP. Next. Okay, when we look into the development and training of the NLP tuning stage, whereby a prompt is sampled from the data set, where contractors are actually hired to write responses. Under supervised learning model, the inputs and outputs pairs are used to evaluate the appropriate responses. Under step two will be the reward model. To train this model, evaluators rank 4 to 9 outputs of the SFT model for a single input request, and these ranking combinations are used as separate data points. To avoid overfitting, each ranking group is used as a single data point in building the model. Lastly, under the step 3 reinforcement learning model, the model generates responses using a learn policy to maximize reward, after which steps 2 and 3 can be repeated as many times as possible. Next, I'll pass on my time to Shawn, who will share more with you about the current uses of ChatGPT.
The Singapore government plans to use ChatGPT to assist civil servants with research and speech writing, improving the efficiency of government operations and reducing the workload of civil servants. The AI tool can help with information gathering, document summarization, and generate draft speeches, which can then be refined by human editors. Singapore is also exploring the use of ChatGPT in other areas, such as chatbot and virtual assistants for public service, as part of its effort to harness the power of AI and machine learning to transform public services. Next. The Icelandic government is also using ChatGPT to preserve the Icelandic language by training it on proper Icelandic grammar and cultural knowledge. This will allow the country to interact with open AI models in their own language and save Icelandic companies from relying on English-speaking chatbots on their websites. The project aims to promote the use of Icelandic and address the language decline due to the prevalence of English in popular culture and technology. Next. ChatGPT has written a bill aimed at regulating generative artificial intelligence in Massachusetts, with State Senator Barry Feingold stating that the AI wrote more than half the bill. The bill aims to address concerns surrounding the use of AI, which has been used in the creation of deepfake videos and other potentially harmful applications. The use of ChatGPT in drafting legislation has the potential to revolutionize the legislative process, saving time and resources while ensuring that the important issues are addressed. Next, a New Zealand lawyer has used ChatGPT to assist in writing his will. While the AI was able to generate a hypothetical will for the lawyer, it did not produce a legally binding version. This application of AI showcases its potential assisting with legal document drafting and streamlining the process for lawyers and clients. Next. A judge in Colombia has integrated ChatGPT into a court ruling, marking the first use of AI in a court decisions. The judge utilized the language model to answer legal questions related to the case and included its responses in its final verdict. While ChatGPT did not make the decision on its own, its insights and suggestions were deemed valuable enough to be incorporated into the ruling. This demonstrates the potential for AI to assist with legal research and provide insights into the legal system. Next. Morgan Stanley is testing an open AI-powered chatbot with its financial advisors to optimize its research and data resources. It will help advisors sift through thousands of pages of research quickly. However, the bank has emphasized that the chatbot is not meant to replace human advisors since it lacks empathy and may make mistakes. This is the first known case of ChatGPT in the banking sector. Next. Stripe and OpenAI has formed a partnership where Stripe will be powering payments for OpenAI ChatGPT Plus and DALL-E using Stripe Billing and Stripe Checkout. Moreover, OpenAI customers can pay 40% faster on average using Stripe autofill features, and Stripe will incorporate its products and services to simplify operations and assist users in obtaining information faster. This marks an exciting development in the integration of AI technologies and payment systems. Next.
With the widespread use of ChatGPT, it has brought about multiple benefits to the community itself. Firstly, ChatGPT, being trained on a wide range of text and information, is able to understand and respond to the various natural language inputs, as visible from the way the AI responded to the various queries, including replies which question their accuracy. This also makes the conversation between the user and ChatGPT a more human-like conversation, making it more relatable and applicable for use in chatbots and other conversational interfaces, improving the overall customer experience. In addition, ChatGPT can also be fine-tuned depending on the task and domain, allowing it to generate more accurate and relevant responses to the specific topic in discussion. This includes calibrating a system to fit the different use cases, such as healthcare and education sector, with the possibility of becoming a personal assistant for general or even professional consultation purposes. Not only is ChatGPT prompt in its responses, it's also cost-effective, providing a platform for potential users to automate repetitive tasks and provide information to the general public. This will in turn reduce the need for human labor and increase the efficiencies of the workplaces. However, despite all the pros to the users of the AI, there remains room for improvement. For instance, the emotional aspect of the AI is yet able to impersonate a human entirely, and hence ChatGPT may not always fully appreciate the nuances and subtleties of a conversation with a human. Depending on the topic of the conversation, ChatGPT may also encounter knowledge blind spot as well, where it encounters words or phrases it has not seen or been trained in before. This will be more prominent in the upcoming generation when new social phrases, words are creatively created that may differ from the data set ChatGPT has been trained in. Additionally, the current ChatGPT 3.0, which is currently publicly accessible, is only trained with dataset through September 2021, which implies that the AI does not have the functionality to have real-time access to new information as of current juncture. Like all other machine learning models, ChatGPT can also potentially be biased towards certain groups or perspectives based on the data it was trained on, especially so if there's unbalanced information or if the information is not diverse and inclusive enough. This may have ethical impacts in specific settings, such as education, where students come from diverse backgrounds. When using ChatGPT in education as well, personal information such as student data or transcript may also be leaked. Access to such platforms or even similar technologies like ChatGPT may not be applicable to all students, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds or with limited access to technology. Biasness and discrimination has always been a critical concern in debates of AI ethics. Gender bias is one of the most apparent forms of this problem. Biasness of the model are usually reviewed when the model is used to translate between a gender-specific language. It reviews how AI models in language translation inherit the societal biasness and gender-specific stereotypes in the data.
Thanks, Serena.
Now moving on to incorporating education with ChatGPT. These are the ways that we can use ChatGPT to help the education sector. Firstly, to relieve teachers with administrative tasks. According to a survey, teachers in Singapore spend more time teaching and correcting students of 7.5 hours as compared to global average of 4.2 hours. And to reduce the workload, ChatGPT can help to generate MCQ questions within seconds and cover a wide range of topics with answers being generated along with it. Next, planning and creating revision resources. Teachers can indicate the topics that they would like to focus on, and ChatGPT will generate resources such as summary, key concepts, and study tips. Lastly, teachers can also upload students' response, and ChatGPT will help to mark the papers based on the answers and even grade them. However, all this should be used with carefully, and teachers should always vet after. Next, personalized learning with ChatGPT. It offers a supplement to classroom learning where it helps to make it accessible to a wide range of students from all walks of life with the help of ChatGPT. ChatGPT can help to analyze individual learning history, where they can create a customized learning path tailored to their needs and to stay engaged and motivated. Next will be providing real-time feedback and support where immediate assistance will be given, and also assess the skills and knowledge so that they can be able to practice on their weak areas. Lastly, continuous learning opportunities by recommending relevant content and offering personalized feedback and assessing the progress of their students to reach their goal faster. Now I'd like to pass on my time to Sharlene.
ChatGPT can help to provide instant feedback. According to a survey conducted by OECD in 2018, teachers in Singapore are reported to spend an average of 12 hours per week grading and preparing assignment, and more often than not, teachers have to lug home all these physical exercise book and worksheet to mark over the weekend. This is not only a time-consuming, but also a laborious task, and this can be handed over to AI-powered tools such as ChatGPT to speed up the process. Usually, it will take about at least 1 working day before students can get to see their feedback. By exploiting the ChatGPT's ability to process and analyze large amount of data in real time, it can help to provide instant feedback to students. For example, in the math domain, ChatGPT can grade the math assignment to check whether the answers are correct and provide explanation or feedback on how to improve the incorrect answer. And in the science domain, ChatGPT can also help teachers to grade lab report by analyzing the accuracy of the experimental data and providing feedback on the quality of analysis and conclusion drawn. Next. ChatGPT can help to improve access to education. According to a survey by NTU at the end of 2022, 66% of the world's population have access to internet. However, this access to the internet does not guarantee access to education, as there might be barriers to accessing quality education and lack of digital literacy, and also limited availability to educational resources in their language. So by exploiting ChatGPT's multilingual capabilities, we will be able to make education content accessible to those who may not speak the language. And it also creates access to open educational resources and promotes democratized access to education. It also promotes cost-effective solution for education institutions, as it reduces cost of delivering education, as lesson materials and worksheets can now be created much more effortlessly with ChatGPT. And it also provides an alternative means to students who cannot afford traditional education. Next. I'll talk about the potential challenges of using ChatGPT in education. ChatGPT's limitation is that it will not be able to replicate hands-on learning experience like that are very critical in domains such as science and engineering. And there are also many ethical concerns about it, including privacy, biasness, and transparency. And ChatGPT is unable to assess learning outcomes, as it only provides a suggestion, but it does not really tell whether you can understand the concept fully. Next, I hand over the time to Edwin.
For conclusion, with its ability to learn, automate, and communicate like a human, OpenAI's ChatGPT is one of the most advanced artificial intelligence technologies today, with massive room for future development and application across extensive fields. So some of the potential challenges it may face in the future include difficulty in assessing learning outcomes, ethical consideration, and competition from other AI technologies. Nonetheless, its impact to society is huge as a useful tool to solve complex problems, help and develop products and services, and ultimately to improve overall quality of life. Last but not least, there are still tons of regulations and policies required to ensure the proper and legal use of this artificial intelligence. Thank you.